$100 million in diamonds, gone. The vault they were stolen from was considered unbreakable, protected by layers of technology and trusted by the world's most powerful diamond dealers. The thieves? Ghosts. No alarms, no guards alerted, no witnesses. It was called the heist of the century. But what unraveled this flawless crime wasn't a detective, or a surveillance camera, or even a snitch. It was something far more ordinary, a discarded bag of trash, and inside it, a half-eaten sandwich. This is the story of how human error, not technology, exposed one of the most sophisticated diamond robberies in history. To understand the genius of this heist, you first have to understand the target, Antwerp, Belgium. For centuries, it's been the beating heart of the diamond trade. By 2003, nearly 80% of the world's uncut diamonds passed through its diamond district. A few streets patrolled day and night, home to the most valuable stones on Earth. At the center stood the Antwerp Diamond Centre, a fortress disguised as an office building. And deep inside it, 2 floors underground, was the crown jewel, the vault. Its defenses bordered on science fiction, seismic sensors that could detect the faintest tremor, Doppler radar watching for movement, infrared detectors measuring body heat, a massive 3-ton steel door secured by a lock with 100 million possible combinations, and guarding it all, an electromagnetic field that would sound the alarm the second it was disrupted. The vault was considered so secure that many diamond dealers didn't even bother with private insurance. The building itself was their insurance. But where most people saw an impenetrable wall of technology, one man saw a puzzle. His name was Leonardo Notarbartolo. Charismatic, calculating, a career thief from Italy with an ego as large as his ambition. To him, security wasn't protection, it was an opponent, and Antwerp was his greatest challenge. For years, Notarbartolo lived a double life. By day, he posed as an Italian diamond merchant, renting a small office inside the Diamond Centre for about $700 a month. This gave him everything he needed: access, legitimacy, and most importantly, a safe deposit box inside the very vault he was planning to rob. He blended into the background, chatting with guards, learning routines, and studying the building's rhythms. Meanwhile, in Italy, he assembled a crew of specialists known as the School of Turin. Each had a nickname based on their skill: Speedy, the Monster, and the Genius. Together, they built an exact replica of the vault and spent months practicing. Every move, every detail, rehearsed until it became second nature. They weren't planning a robbery, they were preparing to pull off a masterpiece. For over 2 years, Leonardo cultivated his role inside the Diamond Centre. To employees, he was friendly but unremarkable. To his crew, he was the perfect inside man. He allegedly installed a tiny camera above the vault door, secretly recording the combination as it was entered. He smuggled information about guard shifts, security upgrades, and hidden flaws. Every piece of intel was fed back to the replica vault in Italy, where his crew practiced bypassing each layer of defense. But more than information, Leonardo's greatest weapon was patience. He knew that arrogance would get him caught, so he waited. He allowed himself to become invisible, a harmless background figure in one of the most secure places on Earth. When the time finally came, every piece was in place. Every man on his team knew his role. The vault wasn't just a challenge anymore, it was an inevitability. On the weekend of February 15, 2003, Antwerp was quiet. The Diamond District emptied for the weekend, its offices locked, its vault sealed. It was the perfect moment. The thieves moved like shadows. Their plan was executed with precision bordering on artistry. The infrared sensors, blinded with a simple polyester shield and a mist of hairspray. The light detectors, silenced with strips of tape. The magnetic field protecting the vault door, outsmarted with a handmade aluminum plate that tricked the system into believing the door was still shut. Inside the antechamber, they swapped the surveillance tapes with fakes they'd recorded in advance. To anyone watching, nothing was out of place. Then came the safe deposit boxes. They didn't have the keys, but they had built a custom tool that could rip the locks clean out. One by one, they cracked open 109 boxes. They didn't take everything. That would slow them down. They chose carefully: loose diamonds, bundles of cash, bricks of gold, portable wealth worth over $100 million. And then they left, quietly, calmly. closing the vault door behind them. No alarms, no guards, no trace. When traders returned on Monday morning, they were greeted by silence. The vault appeared untouched, but inside, chaos. Hundreds of millions in treasure, gone. The police were baffled. Security footage showed nothing. Alarms had never gone off. The vault door was locked tight. It was as if ghosts had slipped in and out. For 2 days, it was hailed as the perfect crime. But perfection is fragile, and its cracks were already showing. The heist wasn't undone by brilliance. It wasn't undone by police ingenuity. It was undone by sloppiness. After the robbery, Notar Bartolo's crew met outside Antwerp to destroy evidence. A bag filled with incriminating leftovers, diamond pouches, receipts, scraps of tape, was meant to be burned. But one member of the crew, Speedy, panicked. Instead of burning the bag, he dumped it in a ditch on private land. The landowner was meticulous about his property. When he found the trash, he called the police. Inside that bag, investigators hit the jackpot. Receipts linking to the heist, security notes, and buried among it all, a half-eaten salami sandwich. That sandwich carried a perfect DNA sample, a sample that led directly to Leonardo Notarbartolo, the mastermind of the perfect crime exposed by leftover lunch. But Leonardo wasn't done. In a staggering display of arrogance, he returned to Antwerp just days later, walking back into the Diamond Centre to maintain his cover. Police were waiting. He was arrested on the spot. Within weeks, the rest of the crew was identified. Notarbartolo was sentenced to 10 years in prison. His accomplices each got 5. The heist of the century had collapsed, not in a blaze of glory, but in a pile of trash. The Antwerp Diamond Heist is remembered as much for its downfall as for its brilliance. For years, Notarbartolo and his crew were disciplined, careful, and meticulous. They defeated a $100 million security system with ingenuity, and yet their empire of precision collapsed under the weight of human error. It's poetic irony, a fortress of steel and sensors beaten by wit, only for the thieves to be undone by a sandwich. The lesson is universal. The perfect crime is a myth, because no plan can account for the most unpredictable variable of all, human nature. To this day, most of the stolen diamonds have never been recovered. Notarbartolo himself claims the heist was actually part of a massive insurance fraud, that the gems stolen were worth far less than reported. Authorities call it a lie. What isn't a lie is this: in the end, the greatest thief in Antwerp was betrayed not by technology, not by police, but by the one thing no heist can ever control: human nature itself.